too deep. Here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Gets by him at the 25, and he'll get about 3 up past the 25. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Browns at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
To the air again, Burrow. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Browns are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Williams. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd down. It's Black. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Well, they'll run it here and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Burrow on play action. He finds his man complete. It's Collier. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3rd and 2. Now Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McKinney. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. Hits a first down as well. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They're passing here. Joe Burrow to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. On first down, Bradley. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator and what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Taking it about the 1. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Williams to throw on 3rd down. He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy, but let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game. That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bradley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bradley. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And that will be incomplete as well.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. But now we're going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting, as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Burrow now off the bootleg. Completes this one to Meredith. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. It's caught. Beckham. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Bradley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 64 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Williams. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 2nd down, it's Black, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
on third down. It's Bradley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bradley. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow will throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 55 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, wow, 72 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That's taken on the 25. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Burrow on 3rd down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Now Burrow on first down, going right back to Beckham here, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. On second down now, it's Bradley, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On second down, it's Bradley, and he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This offense so far on third down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here we go. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3rd and goal. Burrow. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. Their 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Williams throwing to start the drive.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Williams now to throw on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He finds his man complete. That's Black. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Black. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 3rd and 4 now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Back to throw again. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here's Williams to throw again. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams. Over the middle, complete. It's Black. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
How about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they will remain well behind.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. The Ravens need to take a little of this momentum into the second half of the year because they face an uphill fight at 3-5. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, we head to the City of Angels to check on the Rams at home in L.A. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. The Rams trying to hold on and claim victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. And it was the Rams emerging victorious. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Cleveland, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.